Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending July the 6th, 2022. We're seeing some things happen out there that don't make sense. We have listings, we receive offers. We're receiving offers with no conditions. That made sense last year. That made sense at the beginning of this year. It's not making sense today. Now, don't get me wrong. If we're selling a property and I'm representing the seller, we're happy to receive offers with no condition. But it's not necessary. When we're working with buyers, which we are, every opportunity possible, and it's almost all of them, we're giving offers with conditions. Now, the buyers I'm working with, they've all been pre-approved, they all know their budget, they're all confident in the numbers, but we still put a financing condition. Home inspection. The sellers might even supply us with their own pre-listing home inspection, but we're still putting in, a home inspection condition, because my job is to represent the buyer and to advise the buyer properly on what's a strong offer for them. Now, there could be some isolated situations where maybe you don't put one condition or the other, but I'm talking in general, you should be looking, if you're on the market now looking to buy, you should be having conditions to protect yourself. Agents that are not instructing you to do that, I gotta wonder why. It makes no sense. Have conditions, protect yourself if you're a buyer. As always, who you hire matters. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video in the description there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way I'll know ahead of time, I'll make sure my schedule is organized so I'm able to talk to you about whatever's on your mind. And if you know somebody who's looking for an upscale condo townhouse in South Fletcher, Brampton, almost 2,000 square feet, next to a golf course, check out the video at the end of this video. Now, lots of you have been asking when our current home price is going to be pre-health crisis or even further back from that. Well, let me show you what I put together. We're going to start off with this chart here. It may look similar, but it's a little bit different than what I normally have on the board here. So what I've got, these numbers are for all of Peel. Just detached properties, but it's important to understand it's for all of Peel, so it includes Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon, which is part of Peel. But just detached properties by month, I'm going all the way back from June 22 right now to January 2018. So I'm going back like 4 years here. You can see the sales, and you can see average sold price. So let me explain what I've put together here. The black, highlighted in black, that's June 22, and then in exactly a year prior, June 2021, June 2020, June 2019, and June 2018. You get the picture there. And here's what the arrows mean. Well, right now, average sold price for detached properties for all of Peel, for the month of June, the average sold price was $1,425,000. Well, if we're going this way and we're comparing this price today as the base, well, we're up, if we're going this way, we're up 5.4% from where the average sold price was a year ago. If we're way back here, average sold price is up from June 2018. Average sold price today is up 54.2%. So in 4 years, average sold price has more than doubled. It's gone up by 54.2%. Now, some people will think, well, so we got to drop by 54% to get to 2018 prices. No, actually, if we're going this way, still using 1,425,000 as the base, if we're going this way to get to June 2018 prices, we need to drop 35.1% from where we are now. It's not the same depending on which way you go, the percentages change. So if this current price right now of 1,425,000 drops another 35%, we'll be back at June 2018 prices. If it drops 33%, that's June 2019 prices. To get to June 20 prices, we need to drop by 25%. Keep in mind, we've already come down about 20% from the peak at the beginning of this year. So we're already down 20%. You decide if you think, yeah, we can still drop easily another 25%, or we could easily drop 35% more. That would mean from the peak, we've come down 55% from the peak. Sounds like a lot. Is it possible? Lots of different opinions out there. Let me know in the comments what you feel is possible and is going to happen. And all that with the backdrop that the Bank of Canada just increased the rates by a full percentage points. Okay, let's get into the regular scheduled programming. I have here the sales figures for Peel and Durham. Mississauga's in blue, and the orange here, that's Brampton, and the burgundy line, that's the Durham region. For Durham, I'm looking at Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby only. Let's dive down deep into this here. Mississauga for detached properties only, broken down by week for a whole year. Last week, week ending July the 6th, 26 detached properties were sold in all of Mississauga. It's not a lot. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price in Mississauga is now $1,502,000. It's come way down from the $2.1 million peak we were at. Fast. It's come down real fast. Compared to last year, $1,502,000 is 3% higher than where prices were a year ago. 3% higher is average sold price. Median price is 1% lower than where median price was a year ago. Median price right now is sitting at $1,385,000. When we look at year-to-date sales, January 1st to July 6th, for Mississauga detached properties, we have 39% fewer sales this year than what we were selling last year, year-to-date. And of the 26 that sold, very few, only 12% sold at list price or more. I wish we could have some dramatic music in the background. I think that would enhance this video. But only 12% sold at list price or more. Listings year to date, 10% fewer listings this year. And months of inventory, drum roll please, 4.5 months of inventory right now. For a while I've been saying we're at the border of a balanced market. Well, this takes us officially into the balanced market. But for many people, just because of the high that we've come down from, it's really going to feel like a buyer's market. But in reality, technically speaking, we're in a balanced market zone right now. Between 4 to 6 months is a balanced market. And I got to tell you, like, we used to be down to 0.3, 0.2, 0.4 months of inventory. The fact in such a short time, just a few months, we're up to 4.5 months of inventory is a little bit stunning, to tell you the truth. Brampton, detached properties only 48 detached properties were sold. 2 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,217,000. It's way down from the peak of just over 1.6 million. It's now 1,217, which is 2% higher than where the average sold price was a year ago. The gap used to be really big between this year's price and last year's price. Used to be in the 20s. A couple of times it was in the 30s. It's been getting shorter and shorter, or smaller and smaller. It's now 2% higher than last year. Median, well, when I say 2%, to break it down a bit further, it's actually 1.6%. On the previous chart, I basically round to the nearest whole number. So 2% is really 1.6% higher than last year's average sold price. Median price is 6.6% higher than where the median price was a year ago. And average sold price and median price are pretty much the same. Median price is $1,220,000. As far as sales year to date goes, 42% fewer sales this year than last year. That's a huge drop in activity. 42% fewer sales. Listings are 13% fewer listings year to date. And months of inventory is now sitting at 2.9 months of inventory, getting up into the closer to the balanced market state. Let's look at Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby. This is my Durham sample. 41 detached properties were sold. That's not a lot. 41 is quite low. No properties, 0 were sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,155,000. It's up a little bit from the previous week, but you know, you look at the trend, it's down. Price is way down. We used to be 1.5, 1.6. Now we're at 1,155,000, which is 4% higher than where the average price was a year ago this time. 4% is really 3.7% higher than what it was a year ago. Median price is 12.3% higher than what it was a year ago. Year-to-date sales, 31% fewer sales this year. In Durham, still half, a little more than half, 54% are selling at list price or more. And year-to-date listings, 4% fewer listings this year than last year year-to-date. Months of inventory in the Durham region is now at 1.8. As far as Durham goes, it's one of the lowest, if not I believe it's the lowest actually, months of inventory of all the GTA areas. So 1.8, pretty low. Still, compared to where Durham used to be at 0.2 months of inventory, 0.3, 1.8 is a whole different world, and it's a big jump from where months of inventory was the previous week. Let's look at condos for Peel region. Now, the majority of these condos are bought and sold in the Mississauga area, but we've got all of Peel condos here. 34 were sold, 0 were at $1 million or more, and 34 is the lowest amount of sales we've had in a long time. That's normally what we do between Christmas and New Year. So 34 were sold. Average sold price came down a little bit. It's now $638,000, which is 7% higher than what the average sold price was a year ago. By 7%, we mean 7.4% higher. Median price is 9.6% higher than where median price was a year ago. Year-to-date sales for Peel condos, 24% fewer sales this year than last year. Of the 34 that did sell, 27% sold at list price or more. So way less than a third of those are at list price or more. Put conditions in your offer. You can and you should. Year-to-date listings, it's actually 5% more listings this year-to-date than what we were listing last year. And months of inventories climbing up, 3.7 months of inventory. We're right at the border of a balanced market. It's going to feel like a buyer's market, however. Average days on market is 21 right now. Here's a quick summary. Across the board, it's going to feel like a buyer's market, especially from the craziness that we had. But technically, we're very close, if not into what we call a balanced market. Hope you found this information useful. If we can be of service, please reach out. Have an awesome day. I'm standing in front of 62 Stornwood Court in South Fletcher, Brampton. It's located really close to the Brampton-Mississauga border by Huron, Ontario and Steeles, and it's one of the premier condo townhouse complexes in Brampton. Let me show you the inside. This upscale condo townhouse is almost 2,000 square feet, has 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it's loaded with lots of great features and renovations, starting with this new kitchen.